Alright, welcome back. You can see that I've gone ahead and added in my words free and restricted on my third artboard, and it's okay to break the word to have it interact with the background. That's totally fine. You'll notice that the word free here is all uppercase. It's okay to have your words either all uppercase or all lowercase, but not just the first letter uppercase, because we're not working with any formal names. You'll notice a couple other things I've done that I'll show you how I did that. Was I added in a paragraph of text, and that sound you hear in the background is our dog Pebbles. She probably wants to be a star on the video. But we're going to add in a paragraph of text at 20 point size. I'll show you how to do that. And then I also have for reference the color for the Pantones. I'll need that for when we go to Photoshop when we add the images. But for right now, let me get rid of that one. We'll add in our paragraph of text over here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Blackboard. I'm going to go to week 11. I'm going to scroll down to two color poster videos. And then paragraph for the poster is up. The video you're watching now will be here a little bit later because I'm still making it. Anyhow, text for the poster. I'm going to download it. We're going to open it up. And this talks about the design process. You should read it because something in here may help you figure out where you want to put this text on your posters. So for right now, I'm going to take a copy of it. So we're just in Microsoft Word, just make a copy. Let's go back to Illustrator. I'm going to draw a text box, and then I'm going to do an edit paste. And what size is that? Okay, that's it. 20 point size, which is what we want. I need to make my text box a little bit smaller. Let's move this onto our artboard. I'm going to zoom in here. And I've got Times New Roman already chosen for this. Now I'm going to put this on a color part of the background, or the color part of the background on the poster. So since I'm doing that, I do not want to use a serif, I want to use a sans serif. So let's go with, you know, I don't want Futura, I want Helvetica. Let's do Helvetica. And the reason why we're using a sans serif is because there are no little serif feet or little skinny parts of the serif, so they get lost against that dark background. Since we're putting this on a darker background, I'm going to turn it white after I move it, but let's move it first. Put that right there. Let's zoom back in on it. We've got this dark blue and this black. This is going to get lost up here, so I'm going to highlight everything and I'm going to color it white. And then something else I want to do, I want to grab my paragraph tool and I want to make sure that the hyphenate here is unchecked because we don't want to have hyphens in our work. And something else we need to fix right here with this one word at the end of a paragraph on a line by itself. This is a widow. Just a graphic design term for one word on a line by itself. We don't want to have one word by itself, so I'm going to shrink this box. I can either shrink it or make it a little bit longer. And when I do, it gives me more words in the line by itself, but then we have this ragged here is pretty off. So what I want to do is I want to move this so, there we go. It's not as ragged on the right side. And we're still nice and flush left. So this is good for now. I'm going to shrink up my text box. I'll double click in here and I've got 2 returns after my sentences. I'm going to get rid of those. I think that's all of them. And then what I'm doing here is I'm highlighting this one sentence. I'm going to hold on my Option key and use my arrow to sort of clean this up a little bit so I don't have these spaces that are so big right there. And we're just fixing the kerning right now. Kerning is a space between the letters and words. And that's looking a lot better right there. So now we're going to zoom out. I need this to interact with the background because right now it's just kerplunked in here on a nice 90-degree angle. I can have it follow this angle here, or I can have it follow this angle here with this shape. I have it follow the smaller shape. And let me show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to line up my top corner of my text box here to this corner. I'm going to grab my rotate tool and I'm going to click on this upper left corner and then click and drag, and that's going to rotate that for me. I'm going to use the arrow keys and move that away just a little bit. And that's good. Now the reason why I put it there is because I was thinking about eye movement. I have everything. I have this text, word restricted, and the word free all pointing to this area right here. So maybe I'll do something later with that when I add in my image. But just eye movement, that I read this first and I move down here just to have the eye movement there. Now I was thinking about eye movement here also with some continuation. If we, let me lock my background layer here. Now if I look here, I have this implied line that goes off the edge of the text onto this curve. So these are things you're going to want to think about while you're putting in your text. And then here, I wanted this to point back up here. So your copy is interacting with your text. And let's see, last thing before I stop this video is how did I get these numbers? Well, the way I got those numbers is if I go to swatches, I've got these three swatches right here. Next, I'm going to get rid of all these other ones because I don't need them on here. So select the very last one, hold down my shift key, select this red right there, and then delete. Yes. All I did was hover over each of the Pantone colors and it tells you what the numbers are. So then I added those numbers up here. And this will be really important when we get to the next video.